Hello everyone, Gshock here. Welcome back to another Gshock disassembly video. Today we're gonna have a look at my G7710, more of a black and green color scheme, two-tone Gshock watch. Rarely get one of these days, especially for all these details. Now, I already talked about this watch in the review video. Today I'm just gonna disassemble the watch because I did film this before I made the review video to swap the battery out because this one is old and it needs a battery replacement, and here we go. Remove the band with all the spring bars, the side screw, which is very easy. Back then things were so easier to do, man. Remember there's a spring on top here. Remove those carefully. Do not lose this. I mean, even if you lose this, I don't think that's gonna affect as much. And then here's the bezel, two-tone bezel with a metal frame on it, locked tightly and really complicated as well. Putting it back together is not gonna be easy unless you have a lot of patience. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. But you have to do this if you want to clean up your Gshock watch. Now, speaking of which, let's have a look on the back as well because we have to open it up to switch the battery. Now, I already assembled this once and I know what to expect, especially in this one screws over here. It's a lot of rust. So if you sweat a lot, make sure to rinse your Gshock watch before you put it away, so you could avoid all of this. Though it's okay because the rust not going to go inside. There's a gasket to hold it everything on the outside, but still, gotta be careful. Remove the gasket over here. Everything was fine so far. I could still reuse those. There's the back cushioning that holds the battery and the movement in place as well. Unclip it. I mean, I've done this thousands of times on the channel. This watch operates on CR2025, a slightly thicker battery than the normal Gshock, which operates on CR2016, because this watch consumes power. I mean, it has LED and also EL as well. We'll look to that right now. I'm going to test out the function real quick. So everything still works, which is good. You need to test this out before you continue further, which I already did. Now, next up, let's have a look at the hard case. So far, so good. And I dropped something. This is the LED dispersion unit. This is also really hard to put back on. Next, let's bring up this glass removal tool. Just gonna use the same attachment here, even though it's not the exact same sizing, but it could still work because I cannot find the rest of the attachment. Anyway, just gonna gently push the glass bit by bit at the corner, and after I realized it's already like slightly gotten loose, and then I'm just gonna force the hard case. Hold the glass in place but force the hard case out. So that's the way I do it, at least in this case. And then just check the hard case, everything's so far, nothing breaks. And then there's the face down, removing the gasket around the glass. The glass has a diameter of around 27mm and a thickness of 2mm only, so look it up if you scratch yours. Mine is still fine. The face down is a bit surprising. I was expecting to see two pieces, but it's just one piece, but that's it. Now let's carry on and have a look at the movement. I'm just gonna unclip it. Well, that's pretty much the way how movement used to be locked, even though some vintage model have screws, little screws to lock it in place, but in this case, just some clipping, and then we could gently lift this up to see what's inside. This is basically the movement holder because it clips everything together, and sometimes Casio will hide tiny gold springs in between here and this battery compartment. In this case there's none, so that's fine, but be very careful. But there's one. This is the speaker spring, so not a huge concern here. And then let's have a quick run through. Have a look underneath this battery compartment. There's no rust whatsoever that leaks inside. Here's the battery, circuit board or quartz crystal regulator with the screws shape on it. And there's a notch on top of the circuit board here to make sure that when you plug this thing back on, it always goes the right way, not upside down or anything like that. This is a really foolproof build. If you look underneath it, you can see there's the ribbon on the circuit board, and it's the LED, the red and green LED for the stopwatch function. Now I'm going to remove this, I would say, EL panel holder from the back, and that's your EL panel with these two springs still attached to it. Luckily in my case, this watch is old, so it's pretty much stuck on it, and it connects to this 2 point on the circuit board, so I don't have to remove that at all. And I just remember in this part of the video is I'm trying to, look at the connections, pointing out where things goes, how the light works in this case. Basically running on full turbo on my 3 brain cells just to figure out how the circuit board or the component on this thing works. But well, not really important, also just skip. The next part, I'm removing this display or the LCD. Well, but look at that, this thing is stuck, so I don't want to remove them. If I were to force that EL panel out, then I have to reattach these two springs, which is going to be tedious work. And what's interesting is that you can see the mirror finish on the back or sticker, but still when the EL panel lights up, it will pass through and you can see the lights. Anyway, also it's coming green, and this LCD also have a green say polarizer to it, so that fits really well. And that's pretty much it. Cover all the things you need or could see inside the G7710. Now I'm gonna do some magic trick and boom, we're now back. I already assembled everything back in again. Just a quick run through just to show you guys how it works and how it beeps. For the test screen, you can see that every pixel still's there. A quick wrist check. I'm wearing at host number 2 from the top actually. And let me show you guys. Ooh, look at that. The fitting is great. And where's the stopwatch mode? Where's basically the best part for the watch? The red and green lighting. Let me stop this thing and reset it. And then here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, look at that. Red and green. Alright, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this video. This is Gshock High Fashion channel. And out.